In this video, we're going to be looking at how a assembled freight is handled when it arrives at a major division yard. It's the yardmaster's job in planning for this operation, and it really begins well in advance of the train's arrival. The first thing, there are a couple of things that help him in planning for this, and the first one is looking at the timetable. And in this case, we see that SJ2 is arriving at 9:40 and it's departing really in a quick time in 20 minutes. And the reason for this is SJ2 was one of the trains that handled the perishables, refrigerator cars headed for New York City. So it had to be serviced very quickly and gotten back out on the road. And also in looking at this, we notice that, or the yardmaster would notice that there's no conflicts. There's no other trains arriving or departing during that time frame. So really the whole effort of the yard has to be devoted to getting this train out on time. In preparing the pickups for SJ2, the yardmaster would consider that perishables are blocked first. These are generally the refrigerator cars. Loaded cars are blocked second, and then empties last. And generally, only empty cars are used to fill out trains. Since SJ2 is one of the initial trains during our op session, I've tried to help the yardmaster and the engineers at Coxton by providing them with the switch list for the 7-car pickups for SJ2. There are 3 cars that will be going to Lehigh and 4 cars that are going to Oak Island, and these are all loaded cars, so they have top priority. Using the switch list, the West Yard switcher has assembled the State of Maine and 2 gondolas, which are going on to Lehigh on the eastern side of the track 4, and the 3 boxcars and the tank car, which are going on to Lehigh to the western end of track 4. Since the cars on the switch list have been assembled, they are clipped together and they're put in the card box for track 4, showing they're ready to go. Although each yardmaster may handle this differently, we're going to use this as an example. The yardmaster is going to have JS2 come in on the arrival track, track 3, uncouple the road power, which will be pulled out onto the eastbound main, track 2, where the train will be assembled. The east yard switcher is sitting on the lead for the east yard, and on arrival we'll pull out the Coxton block. The FT pushers have been moved to block or track 2, the eastbound track, and after arrival they are going to pull out the Oak Island cars and put them onto back onto track 2, since they are going to be at the end of the train along with the pusher. The westbound switcher has moved on to track 4 and has coupled up with the pickups, and will place the pickups in the train after the Oak Island block is moved. As JS2 arrives, the road power will be switched over to track 2. The JS2 engineer has turned over the car cards for the cars destined for Coxton, and the east yard engine will now pull away those cars out of the train. The first 7 cars up through the southern boxcar where the block for Coxton will uncouple right after the southern boxcar. We're uncoupling using the dual magnet uncouplers. You can see how this works in one of my other videos. We'll also see how the East Yard switcher would classify these cards in a subsequent video. The pushers have moved on to the back of JS2 and will remove the caboose and the OI or Oak Island block from track 3 and place them on track 2 where the outgoing train will be assembled. The 2 unloaded hopper cars and the Lehigh New England boxcar have been uncoupled and they'll be left on track 3. The pushers are moving the Oak Island block onto the eastbound main and they will wait there to assemble the train. The West Yard switcher is now moving the pickups from track 4 and we'll couple them onto the 3 cars that have been left for the Lehigh block. The 6 cars blocked for Lehigh have now been put together. The Lehigh New England boxcar, the 2 empty hoppers, the State of Maine insulated boxcar, and the 2 gondolas. The remainder of the train is blocked for Oak Island. The switcher is pushing the cars down track 3 onto track 2 and we'll couple them onto the road power. The car cards and the switch list for the pickups at Coxton have been turned over to the engine crew for JS2. The pusher is closing up the train and bringing up the remainder of the cars blocked for Oak Island. Since Lehigh is our next stop, the 6 cars going to Lehigh are blocked or connected directly behind our road power. The remainder of our train, starting with the Canadian Pacific boxcar, through the caboose, we're all going on to Oak Island and we're at the end of the train. JS2 is now departing Coxton Yard.